So I'm on live today because I am trying to make some sales on my notebooks, as you guys can see. So I brought out my top 5 girls. Oh, I was playing a game earlier. Y'all was on TikTok. I was on TikTok earlier trying to get some sales and stuff, and baby, it was just crazy. People kept requesting me to do matches, and I kept winning the matches, which is weird because I'm not showing my face. I'm just showing my girls right here, but whatever. So yeah, I decided to come here to YouTube to show you guys my work because I don't really share my notebooks and journals with you guys because I do mostly like vlogs and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, do they even know I have a small business, bro? So here I am trying to make some sales for some last minute Christmas shopping that I'm trying to do. But yeah, I should have like 12 notebooks on my website. So the website is in the description box. I don't know how I could pin it on here. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, I don't see where I can pin a comment. I don't even see, like, how can I even see if somebody's writing? That's weird. Okay, so anyways, the website is in the description box, but it is wisegirlessentials.com. And I have about 12 notebooks, if not a little bit more. I also have journals. I have journals for kids. That is new. I just put that out. It's a gratitude journal for children because we got to start the babies off young, okay? I started writing in my notebooks when I was young. I would say I was around 6 because I remember being 7 or 8 when I started writing songs. I would write songs in my notebook and have my neighbor sing it. But yeah, sorry. And I have a cold. Paisley done got me sick. So I'm over here with a stuffy nose. I'm about to sneeze. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, but I'm just out here being a mama, trying to make some sales for her babies. So yeah. But I also have the Check Yourself Reflection Journal. And I have a men's journal. It's a gratitude journal as well. It starts every day with a daily motivational quote. And then there's a page where you fill in like it's like your gratitude entry page. And then there's a line page for you to take notes or whatever. Sorry, I'll be right back. It's so crazy how life works because we may have this plan of wanting to do this or do that, and it can be total opposite things. Like in your 30s, boy, to me, the 30s are, I don't even know how to explain it. Like in your 20s, you're trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to figure out who you are, what it is that you want to do in life. You're going through a whole lot of you're going through a lot and you're learning a lot from your mistakes or just anything that you're going through. You're learning. The 20s is like a learning process and kind of like guidance, trying to guide you to where you're supposed to be in your life and figuring out who you are as a person. Who do you want to be? What do you want to become? What do you want to accomplish? Like, that's what your 20s is. Your 20s is busy, baby. It's busy. And then when you get in your 30s, you're a whole lot wiser. But I can't say that for everyone because it's people that's, way older than me. That's not, you'll be like, come on, you didn't learn nothing. But anywho, in your 30s, it's like you know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you want to do, and you do it. And that's how I kind of feel like I am. Well, I'm still in the beginning stage. So, anywho, I've always loved notebooks and journals. My mom is who started this because she would take me to the dollar store before we would go wash the clothes, and I would always get a notebook. And I would write in that notebook whether it was songs, poems, short stories, or just me doodling, like writing my name or something. I would always do that. And every time I would go with her, I would get a new one. And I was a very quiet person. So that was my way of speaking. That was my way of expressing myself. No matter, what it was about, I would just write in my journal. And I was telling TikTok, I was joking about it, but I was telling TikTok how when I was in middle school, the boys would tell me like, "Oh, you're so scary. You're gonna you're gonna be an old lonely lady because I'm scary." Boys would call you scary because they want you to do stuff like kiss or hold their hands and stuff like that. And I wasn't with it. I was too shy. I was too scared. Like, nope. But I like you though. And so when I had a so-called boo, like, and what I mean by that, like, I might say, "Oh, I like him," and then my friend will go tell him, and if he say he like me too, then they so-called hook y'all, put y'all together. So now you got a boo thing, right? So I had a little boo thing, but I was just too scared to speak. Like, I'm not gonna hold your hand. I'm not gonna talk to you. I'll look at you and smile, but I'm gonna look away, and that's all you're gonna get out of me. But I will write you a nice long letter that you can take home and read and write back. And that's what I used to do. I could write my feelings, but I couldn't say it out loud. Like, I was just too shy. I was too scared. Like, I'm not talking to you, but I'm gonna write you and I'm gonna let you know how I'm feeling, okay? And that's what I used to do. I used to just write. And whether it was in just like a letter or poem form, I used to write. And I had also, like, I even had a notebook that I would write back and forth with a person in. Like, we had a notebook that we would just write to each other back and forth, back and forth. Like, when we see each other, we'll pass the notebook or whatever. And here we are today. I done created my own notebooks. So back then, it was just the regular, the little spotty dotty comprehension notebook, the black and white one. It was mostly that. Spiral notebooks, of course. But I was on Amazon. I was on TikTok and I came across Amazon KDP. And that's when I saw that women were creating notebooks and they were putting it on Amazon. And that was another stream of income for them. And I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, dang, like, I'm going to give it a try. But what I noticed from my stuff and theirs, it was like you could tell who put in a lot of thought in the cover of their notebooks. Because a lot of theirs was like basically they'll just get like a wallpaper or something and put it on there. Or they'll get the mixed colors. It didn't look like they put a lot of thought into it. It was just like, I'm gonna put this notebook out there to make some money real quick. And I didn't want that. Like, Romeo, who are you barking at? I wanted, when people see my notebooks, I wanted them to be like, oh, heck yeah. Like, I want that one. Like, dang, I wanted it to stand out. I wanted it to grab your attention. I wanted it to inspire you to want to write. Because I know for me, when I was a kid, even though the spiral notebooks back then, they didn't have any designs. It was just like a solid color. I guess depending on what mood I was in that day, that was the color I went for. And it just motivated me to write. I wanted to write. Sometimes I'll be chilling in my room, and when I look over and I see my notebook, it just made me want to write. So I would write. And so I wanted people to get that feeling when they would look at my notebooks. I wanted them to look at it and be like, oh, she's so cute. Let me open her up and write in her, draw, doodle, whatever. And when I found the whole KDP process on TikTok, I educated myself like how to do it. And I started making covers immediately. And it was on Amazon. So it was on Amazon. Like the whole size of the notebook, the line paper. Like, let me show you. All right, so this is the cover. I also wanted the back to look like something for you guys too. So open it. This notebook belongs to, because to me, I love that. That's important. This line is important to me. And then if you scan this QR code, it's going to take you to the website and also my social media platform. And it's lined paper. It's lined. And I thought, like, I didn't want to make something just to make something. I wanted to make something that I loved and that I thought everyone else would enjoy as well. Even when it came down to the pricing, I wasn't like, oh, I've came across a lot of notebooks and journals, whether I was at the dollar store, Rite Aid, Walmart, Target. Target has a lot now too. Ross. I asked myself, how much would you pay for this notebook? And that's how I priced it. All of my notebooks are $10. My journals are $15 because the journals it has where you fill in. You gotta fill in. It gives you basically a journaling prompt. But as far as the notebooks, it's just lined paper. That's why it's $5 less. So with the notebooks, I said $10, and I'm not going any higher than $10 because I couldn't see myself paying more than $10 for a notebook. And that's why I priced it the way that I did. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm going to get over on people. I'm going to charge it this much, but this is all that they're going to get. Like, no, I thought to myself, how much would you personally pay for a notebook? One that looks like this. So if you're like, well, what's the difference between this and ones at Target, Walmart, dollar store? One would be the size. I think some, like the spiral notebooks, would be a little bit bigger. I think it would be a little bit bigger if it was a spiral notebook. And then there's some notebooks that are smaller. To me, mine's is in between. It's like that perfect size. It's not too big. It's not too small. And it's small enough for you to put in like your purse or your bag or to carry it around. It's not too big, take up space and stuff. So that's what I do like about this is the size of it. And if you look at the cover, you're not going to be able to walk into the store and you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to buy it. You know, you're not going to be able to find this in the store. This is one of a kind. This is something that you're not going to walk around with and see a whole bunch of other people walking around with. I mean, I would love that. I would love for it to be a whole lot of people walking around with my notebooks. But I'm just saying, like, you're not going to bump into someone that's going to have the same notebook as you. So people are going to be like, oh, dang, where you get that from? Like, I need to give me one because it's one of a kind. And I poured so much love into this. So much love. I took my time. I thought about what I was going to do. I moved things around so many times. Like, I really put a lot of time, effort, and love into these notebooks. So they're not just, okay, I'm going to slap this on there and put it on the website so I can make some money. That was not my intentions. My intentions was to create something that was beautiful and that would capture your eyes and inspire you to want to journal, to make you want to write, because I'm all about self-love and self-care, especially nowadays. So my whole goal of making notebooks is to get people to write. Whether you're a little kid, even if you're a little kid, I don't care if you're 2. I will give a 2-year-old. I have one for a kid too, because you know they got their boobies out, and I wasn't thinking about that when I made it. I wasn't like, oh, give it. I gave my son classmates, 2 little girls, that one. Well, I gave one the bubble yum, and then I have another one. I forgot. What is her name? Oh, I forgot her name. Bubble yum, you know, she had cleavage showing, but I wasn't even thinking about that when I gave it to her. I was just thinking pretty and pink. And so that's what also inspired me to make if I'm going to put a girl on the cover, make her a little younger. And so I do have one on the website, and she is a little girl in this pink and purple. So I did make one that was more kid friendly. But yeah, because I wasn't even thinking about, the breast when I did give it to the little girl. So I felt kind of bad. I was like, dang, I shouldn't have did that. Their moms is probably like, who done gave my kid this notebook? So I felt pretty bad about that. I was like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? But they did say they liked it. It was cute. But I want to touch even those younger ones and inspire them to write, because the more you move that pen, the better your handwriting is going to get. And two, it's therapeutic. It's a great way of getting things off of your chest, getting that weight off of you. That was how because I was a quiet kid. I was one of those kids that felt like if I said something back, it was a way of me talking back, and I didn't want to seem like a bad kid. So, however I was feeling, I would write it in my notebook. And after I got done doing that, I felt so much better. So, I kept that with me up until I was like early 20s. And then I kind of stopped. Once I had kids, I kind of stopped. I stopped putting myself first because, well, I have kids. So, when I had got diagnosed with the brain tumor, my doctor would ask me different questions like symptoms. What kind of symptoms was I dealing with? And I would have to sit there and think about it. And then I'm like, why haven't I been writing this down? And that's how I came up with the whole check yourself before you wreck yourself journal. I put things in there because every day was different for me. It was something new happening or something returned, but at least I could tell you when it happened. Oh, it happened on this day or whatever. So that's what made me come up with the whole check yourself before you wreck yourself journal. Because I'm like, you got to stay up to date with your health. You got to, every day. Like, it's a great way of ending your day. You do the reflection journal at the end of the day because you're reflecting on what happened that day. And if something comes up, you have something to look back on. Like, oh, let me look back and see what happened around this time. And it's a great way of keeping track of what's going on in your life and your health. Because your health is important, y'all. I don't know what happened. I hit my 30s and stuff just started going crazy. But I wasn't keeping track of anything. So I couldn't even tell them like a specific date. I couldn't tell them a time frame of when this type of symptom started happening. So that's why I came up with that journal. But you don't even you can write it in your notebook too. So now I have no excuse because I have 1,000 of notebooks hanging around my house. So I have no reason to not keep track of what's happening with my health and with me emotionally and everything. So yes, that is why I came up with these notebooks and journals. I wanted to inspire others to also write, to journal, and to get everything off of their chest because it will make you feel a whole lot better. Versus, I know we have people that we can vent to, but sometimes venting to people, sometimes they don't listen. Two, they'll listen just to gossip. So for me, it's just better to just write. Just write it down, get it off, and leave it at that. So yeah, that's how we came about with this. So I had originally had it on Amazon and I was selling it on Amazon, but Amazon is going to get their percentage. So when I created these, I had no intentions on creating a website and starting my own business. I was going to put them on Amazon and leave it at that. So once I had got them on Amazon, I started making sales. And I had ordered one for myself, and I didn't like the way it was being delivered. I'm like, ew, they sending this to people in this thin plastic bag, and the bag is all dirty. By the time it gets to you, it's all dirty and raggedy. And when you open it, it's just a notebook. And I'm like, heck no. Like, we are not doing this. So I was like, so I said I have to have my own stock. And also because Amazon was, printing and shipping, they're gonna get the most unless I raise the price. So my price on Amazon right now is high, and it's high because I'm trying to make people say, heck no, I'm gonna go to the website. If you go to my website, it's half the price, basically. So my reason for that on Amazon was to make people come to the website. Um, some was still buying it from Amazon even with the price being high, and I also raised the price because the amount of money that I would receive if you did buy my book on Amazon, like once Amazon gets their percentage, I was left with this amount, and it was very small, and I felt like I was getting ripped off. Even though I understood, like, they're doing the printing and they're doing the shipping. I don't do anything. I don't have to interact with the customers at all. They are doing everything. So, yeah, it's fair. It was definitely fair. But I didn't like the way it was being delivered to y'all. I didn't like that I wasn't getting what I felt I deserved after putting all this hard work in. So I decided I want to send the notebooks to you guys. So that's when my sister-in-law created the website for me, and I wasn't too sure how long it was going to take her. I thought it was going to take a long time. So I didn't have a date of when I was going to go live. All I know was she told me I'm almost done. And when she said she was almost done, I hurried up and started buying supplies. I was like, oh, dang, I'm thinking I had a month or two. I hurried up and I started buying supplies. And then when she told me she was done and it went live, it was December 1st, 2023. So we made it to a year, you guys. We made it to a year. And I started making sales. And I loved that I can send it to you guys. And when you open it, you'll receive all the love that I put into it. Because you're not going to just get a notebook. I'm also putting in some goodies. I'm putting in a thank you note because I appreciate you guys supporting my business, because you don't have to, but you did. So, yeah, I felt so much better knowing that you were going to receive the package from me versus Amazon. So I love it. I love packing orders. I love putting everything together and sending it. Like, when I say that I'm packaging it with love, what I mean by that is that I am smiling the whole time I'm doing this. I am smiling. I got this big Kool-Aid smile on my face. I got some nice R&B music playing in the background, and I'm packaging your orders. Sometimes I have Paisley help me so that she can see what it is that I do, because I don't know if y'all follow me on TikTok, but I made a TikTok about this because the homegirl said something to me. This was a few weeks ago about, mom, when you get a job. And I said, wait, hold on. I said, so I went and asked the boys. I said, do mommy have a job? And so they say, yeah, you make notebooks and journals. You have your own business. They say you have your own business. And I say, exactly. I say, your sister think I don't have a job. I guess she think when I take y'all to school, I come home and I'm big chilling. Which, mind you guys, I'm a full-time student, running a small business, and I'm a content creator, also a mom and a wife. So I'm like, this girl be seeing me at this table doing homework all day. She see me at the table when I'm packaging orders. What do she mean? So I'm guessing, leave the house and go to a job, a workplace, I don't know what she thought. But I'm like, hold on. Don't do me like that, baby, because I'm home, but I'm at home running a small business, creating content, making sure you got a clean house and food on the table. So don't act like being a stay-at-home mom is a job itself. So I got a whole bunch of jobs that I'm doing, but kids don't see it like that. So I had to kind of like explain to her so she can have a better understanding. But I'm like, girl, I had to educate her for a second because I'm like, mommy has a job. Just because I'm not leaving the house to clock in to somebody else's business does not mean I don't have a job. I'm not sitting here sitting on my ass. And I could sit here and say, oh, I wish I could. But I'm the type of person, like, today was the first day that I didn't have schoolwork because I just finished school last week. So this is the first day that I'm actually getting to enjoy my vacation. I don't have school. And school took a whole lot of my time. So that's why I'm on here on live with you guys right now. But yeah, today is the first day that I can actually chill. But you see, I'm not chilling. I'm on live. Like, I'm trying to make some sales right now. So she can talk all that mess she won't. Mama is putting in work. But yeah, I'm not sitting at home on my butt, not doing nothing and flipping the TV. But like, I did that over the weekend because one, I'm sick. And then two, I was just trying to relax my mind because I know how I can get. If I get a full day of me not doing anything, the next day I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to find a whole bunch of things to do. So I've never been one to just sit on my butt. I have to move. I have to get something done. I have to do something. So yeah. But you can find the notebooks at wisegirlessentials.com. They are $10. The journals are $15. And I also have a self-published poetry book called Beautiful Black, and it's about natural hair. It's a natural hair poetry book, as a matter of fact. And it's to motivate the children, from children all the way up into grown women, because some people are very grown and they still have not learned to love their hair. So it's for everybody. It's for all ages. Whew, sorry, y'all. And no one has joined this live, but it's okay because I wanted to save it anyways because it is early. It's 10:45 where I'm at. So I'm not expecting anyone to come on here, but I did, while I had the house to myself and it's quiet and y'all can hear me, I wanted to just go live, and then I was going to save the video so you guys can watch it later. So yes, your girl's goal is to make some sales. I wanted to surprise my kids with one last Christmas gift. So my goal is 100. My goal is to reach $100. So if I can get like 10 sales, one person buy one notebook. If I can get 10 people to buy one notebook, I can reach my goal. So I can do this one last late Christmas gift for my kids. So make sure you guys head over to wisegirlessentials.com. The link is also in the description box. I can't wait to see who supports, and I'll see you guys later.